Welcome to my home county, Shropshire. Renowned for its natural beauty, join my husband George and I as we walk from Shrewsbury to Wellington, my hometown. We're here to take you on a journey through the beauty of nature and share a little bit about ourselves along the way. Whilst you may not live close to Shropshire, the purpose of this video is simple: to inspire and encourage you to step outside, breathe in the fresh air and go for a walk in nature. We were sat having a lovely and relaxing Morrison's breakfast, and then I suddenly remembered we're not in Birmingham anymore and the trains are only every hour, so we had to leg it to get to Wellington train station in time. So we've got about 3 minutes till the train. The journey starts in Wellington, which is where I grew up and where my family still live. Wellington is a historic market town and it's an amazing place if you want to go charity shopping. I'm sure that very soon I will be doing a charity shopping video there. However, to start our walk, we decided to get the train to Shrewsbury, which is a really special location. It's where George and I got married, and it's where we're hoping that one day we can buy a house. For George and I, living in the suburbs of Birmingham, we don't head into the city centre much, so Shrewsbury really has all of the great locations, and it reminds us of the beginning of our very special journey together. For more wedding videos or Shrewsbury videos, check out my description. So the reason we chose this route is that it follows National Cycle Route 81, and it really isn't long before you're out of the town and into the countryside. Now, I must admit that the scenery is absolutely stunning, but the most important thing to me is that the directions are super easy, so that I'm able to engage in really good, deep conversations with the people I love most. Now, obviously you might notice that George is ahead in most of these videos, and that's just because I'm taking my time to take really nice shots. The total journey was about 4 hours and it was 21 kilometers, so believe me when I say we had plenty of time to have really great conversations. If you do decide to do this walk for yourself, there is a great halfway point called Upton Magna, and it's this beautiful church with some benches outside to have some lunch. We've done 9 kilometers out of 20 and we've just stopped for a little break in Upton Magna. Time for the second half of the walk. Now, I have to say that the first half of the walk really feels like a warm-up act because the scenery on this second part is just absolutely stunning. And the houses, oh my word, you get to see what dreams are made of. Now obviously I'm biased because the big hill in the distance is the Wrekin and the smaller little hill to the left is called the Arkle, and whenever I see the Wrekin and the Arkle, it really feels like I've come home. For those of you who like folklore and folk tales, I'm going to tell you about how the Wrekin was made according to myth. So there was this giant who lived in Wales, and he had this hatred towards the people of Shrewsbury. The giant had an evil plan to take a spade full of soil and to flood the River Severn at Shrewsbury and drown all of its occupants. Luckily, the giant had a terrible sense of direction, and when he got to Wellington, he was a little bit lost and tired, so decided to sit down for a rest. A cobbler was walking home from his day at work, carrying a large sack of shoes that he was taking home to repair. The giant asked the cobbler for directions, telling the cobbler his plan to kill the people of Shrewsbury. The cobbler was very smart and told the giant that he'd worn out all of the shoes in his bag walking from Shrewsbury. the giant was so tired that he decided to put down his soil and also to scrape off his boots. The spade full of soil became the Wrekin, and the smaller hill is the Arkle where the giant scraped his boots. After having a rest, he returned to Wales. This is pretty much the last little push to Wellington, so we're so close. We've done 17 kilometres in about 3 hours and 20 minutes, so I think that's pretty good. If you are planning on doing this walk, it doesn't matter which way you go, Wellington to Shrewsbury, Shrewsbury to Wellington. They're both really interesting routes, relatively flat. The only tricky part is just the fact that it's 4 hours of walking. It's pretty normal, standard walking, but it does feel good to complete. We did it! 20.75 kilometres. All done in 4 hours and 1 minute. I do hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make and I got to try out my new gimbal, so hopefully I will get much better at that. Take care, see you soon.